The best means of protection against COVID-19 coronavirus. First and foremost, your state of mind is your best means of protection. State of mind includes your belief systems, attitudes, and emotional states. The better these are working in your favor, the higher your level of protection. The number one problem in the world today with coronavirus is collective fear. When your body holds this negative energy, it creates problems for your immune system. Fear is supposed to be a temporary thing. You see a bear and you run. You come across a dog on your walk that nips at your ankles. You kick and do what you can to fight it off. Fear causes adrenaline that automatically creates a fight or flight response in our nervous system. That's a good thing. But you're not supposed to be in a constant state of fear. People are watching the news hour after hour, over and over again. Like a wild forest fire, this causes anxiety to grow around the world. This type of fear creates a rippling effect of overreaction. Your mindset. I advise my clients to make up their mind to stay out of this energetic collective fear plague. It is vital to avoid a state of continuous fear and anxiety. At times, a formal intervention can help you to do that. With the help of a professional, you can intervene at the subconscious level so that you step out of the vibration of collective fear and its negative energy. Yes, it's a good thing to be in a state of respect for what we have going on in the world right now, but not in a morbid state of internal terror, such as, I could die from this, my loved ones can die. People around the world have been intensely afraid. The news media, along with social network sites, the scarcity panic, the quarantine lockdowns, and the internet in general has caused a worldwide fear pandemic that is causing individual immune systems to misfunction. Make a personal contract with yourself, an internal agreement where you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to be reasonable about this. I will use wisdom and stay optimistic about my future, no matter what is going on in this world. Think of viruses this way. Here's one fundamental piece of knowledge that will help you keep a positive perspective. Remember this fact. Generally speaking, viruses are not enemies. Viruses and bacteria and all these other microbes called pathogens and germs are parasites that cannot live without a host. These parasites are not programmed to destroy their environment. To do that, then they too would die. Part of the programming in that simple little organism is to live. We want to keep that understanding at the forefront of our minds. We call this coronavirus novel because humans have not been exposed to this particular virus before. The word novel is French for new. Our autoimmune system says, this is a new thing entering my body. What's the best thing to do with it? Just because we are not familiar with this particular virus doesn't mean it has to be a dangerous enemy. For example, what do your tonsils do for you? Tonsils act as part of a welcoming committee to what we breathe in and ingest through our food and water, including viruses that are looking to work symbiotically with a good host or hostess. Your tonsils welcome things like viruses into your body and say, hello, how can you help me? You seem to be slightly different than other viruses I've known. Are you a flu type of virus that wants to enter my respiratory system? What are your intentions? This thing that is being called COVID-19 coronavirus is a type of flu virus, if it is a virus at all. Some believe it is an exosome, microbes that your own body produces to ward off toxins. In any case, this microbe has spiky types of crowns that stick out and act like little burrs that attach to the mucous membrane of an animal. These types of viruses go to the respiratory part of the body, such as the bronchial tubes. Any animal with a respiratory system can pick this so-called virus up and host it. If so, your body is going to decide to either utilize it and work in harmony with it, or fight it and try to destroy it. Viruses come in our bodies in different ways, and they are not all meant to aid with respiratory issues. Some viruses support other organs, including the reproductive system. That's how HIV got out of hand, as an example. That is a different kind of virus that the human immune system can also get confused with and act aggressively against to destroy. However, we need human reproductive system viruses to help with things like the health of the placenta and sperm, as an example. Viruses keep other viruses in check and help balance bacteria. Just like we have a good microbiome, that is a collection of millions of bacteria, we have a virome in our body that contains millions of viruses. And they are not there to destroy us. That is not their purpose nor their programmed intention. The only organism that mindlessly destroy their environment are humans. No other living organism does that. Some say that viruses aren't living. However, if that is the case, then why do they die if they do not find a host? This microbe, called COVID-19 coronavirus, is a living organism. Whether this thing we are calling a virus is from an external source or an exosome that our own body manufactures, either way, these organisms are programmed to connect with a cell and help it with the healing process. How things go wrong. What causes things to go wrong with a virus? If you've had an emotional conflict that causes a fight or flight type of stress, this can cause your bronchial tubes to expand. When that happens, the tissue lining of the bronchial tubes get ulcers. Cold and flu viruses are programmed to connect with living cells of bronchial tubes. These include coronavirus, rhinovirus, type A, B, and C flu viruses. One of the functions of these is to help the damaged tissue to heal. Some say that this particular virus has lived for thousands of years in other animals, such as in bats. Bats are the second largest population of mammals on Earth, second only to rodents. They are a respiratory animal. The scientific community theorizes that this virus has survived well with this mammal because bats have a higher metabolism, and so their body temperature is higher than a human. If that's true, that means that a bat's body temperature keeps this virus in balance, whereas with humans who have a lower temperature, it's more challenging to keep this virus in check. To add to that, if your immune system is misfiring due to emotional conflict, including excessive and chronic fear, then the immune system overreacts to the new guest in the body. It starts to say, "We don't want you here. We are afraid of you. You are an enemy." And the immune system attacks the virus. The virus is programmed to survive, so it starts germinating. That's why these microbes are called germs. The viruses start replicating quickly. The body then has too many to react to, leading to what we call an infection. To make things worse, if the person has the added fear of dying at some level of their consciousness, that infection can turn to pneumonia. If these negative emotional patterns already weaken a person, their life becomes threatened. Internal conflict, fear of dying, and a tiny little organism called a virus. These are the ingredients for a sickness that can lead to death. When you include the emotional and psychological factors, you end up with a little microbe that turns into an enemy and aggressively overtakes the system. You suddenly have a complicated internal war on your hands. What to do? I tell my clients, if you contract the COVID-19 coronavirus, or any other flu virus or bacteria for that matter, and you're getting symptoms of any kind, contact me. I will help you resolve the conflict that is most likely lurking in your subconscious mind. It is possible to gain back a healthy mindset so that your body isn't overreacting to something that can be anywhere from benign to even helpful to you. Viruses only become an enemy when there is fear and other emotional conflicts included. That's when our immune system overreacts to bacteria or viruses. Shift the emotional conflict, and you protect yourself from the adverse effects of COVID-19 coronavirus. There is more to come. Please sign up for notifications.